Okay, so let's get this strained out here. Let's see what she looks like. Hi, welcome back to Buckeye Gardener Channel. Today we're going to make some fermented hot sauce. I made a batch already. This is the first batch. I used cowhorn peppers this year. I tried. I really like the heat in it. I think it was close to like Frank's Red Hot. It wasn't super hot. If I put them side by side on a spoon, this might have been a little bit more mild, but it had way more flavor. So this was the first batch I made. It was just cowhorn peppers. This batch here, I've been sitting for 2 weeks in my jar. It's about 2/3 cowhorn, 1/3 red jalapeno. I just want to fill the jar up, make as most as I can. I want to try with a little bit of that red jalapeno, see how it turned out. So this is going to be a trial today, see how it is. This first batch with just the cowhorn turned out really good. It had a nice little heat level. I don't like anything super hot, but it was really good. I've been eating a bunch of it. So I got my peppers here. I didn't get a chance to film it when I put them in a jar. I was in a hurry that day. I cut them up and just kind of rough. With that weight in there, the first time I cut them pretty fine, probably like 3/8 to 1/2 inch, and I found I put the weight in, the peppers were wanting to come up around it and float, and that's no good. You want to keep everything submerged. So these I left in bigger chunks. All I'm going to do is strain them out. I'm going to give them a quick rinse to get some of that brine off, and then we'll put them in a blender and blend them up. And I'm going to use white wine vinegar. That's what I used in the first batch. It turned out really, really good. It's got a lot more flavor, and it's not as strong as regular vinegar, and it gave it a really good taste. So I'm going to use that again. I've got some more left, and just a touch of salt. So all it's going to have in it is peppers, vinegar, salt. Real easy. First, let's get this strained off and save this brine. This brine is really good. I like to put boneless, skinless chicken thighs, let them soak overnight, and then put them on the grill. It is so good. That pepper flavor gets in them, and it's got plenty of salt in it. You ain't need any other seasoning. It's so good. So make sure you save that brine and try it. So let's open these up and get them strained out here. I'll show you how we're going to make this sauce. Okay, so we got our strainer here and our peppers. Let's get these cracked open. Now, like I said, these have been fermenting. I got a video I'll show here real quick. I'll show real quick. It's just a short I made when I made the first batch. So if you want to see how I do it, I used 2 cups of water to 1 tablespoon of salt for the brine. So I just fill the jar with peppers, mix that brine up, dump it over top. That's what I did this year. Last year, I weighed them out and added the salt to weight. It was really complicated. I tried this year. So much easier. So 2 cups of water, 1 tablespoon of salt for the brine, poured them in. This has been 2 weeks. You let them go longer if you want, but the first batch turned out great, so I'm going to do these the exact same. So, a little bit of juice there. Take our jar and our strainer. Get that glass weight out of there. That's just to hold the peppers down while they ferment. Alright. So, I'm going to use a quick rinse. We'll put them in the blender here. Actually, I'm not even going to rinse them. I'm just going to leave them how they are. Shake. All right. All right. I'll get my blender stuff set up here, and I'll show you that. All right. So, got peppers in my blender. We'll start with about a 1/2 cup of vinegar. So that was a full bottle when I did the last batch. It's about right here now, if you can see the video. So I used roughly half. I might need a little bit more in this one because I got a little bit more peppers, but we'll see. So we're gonna blend these together, seeds and everything. We'll blend it all up, and then when we're done, we'll strain it out real good and then pour that into our jar. So we'll put about 1/2 cup or so. Might be a little bit more. And just a pinch of salt. We'll call that's about a teaspoon. All right, let's blend this up here and see what it looks like. off, see what she looks like here. I'll show you a better view over here in a second. Tell you what, that doesn't look too bad. Smells like peppers. That's what we want. Give it a quick taste. That's pretty good. All right, set it on high here. A couple more minutes, just get all it broke up. You see, there's still some red skins and stuff. Try to get all that broke down. We'll strain all them skins and the seeds and everything out here in a second. All right. Let me show you a close-up of that, what it looks like before we strain it. All right. So it looks a little thick in there. Now when we strain this out, we'll stir it around with a spatula and kind of push it through the screen almost. You could almost use a little bit of vinegar. The last batch was a little runny, so I'm gonna leave this one a little bit thick and we'll see what happens. So let's get this strained out here and I'll show you the end results. Okay, so let's get this strained out here. Let's see what she looks like. The best thing I found to do is just to keep turning it. It'll open up the screen, push some seeds and pulp and everything away. It'll let it run down through there. I'm hoping to get 3 good bottles out of this. See how much we end up with. We got about just over 2 out of the last one, so I'm hoping to get 3 out of that full jar. So I'm just going to keep doing this. I'll show you how much I end up with here in a second. We got to dump the rest in here. Just keep stirring it. I'll show you when we get done here. It'll make a real thick paste when you get all the juice out of it. Alright, just want to show you real quick. When you get down to this pulp, see we got some juice underneath there. Right now we got about 1.5 cups. So when you get down to this, you just kind of push it. Just kind of keep pushing it through the screen like that. Roll it around. It'll get real thick here in the middle. We'll get all that juice squeezed out of it like that. See, it's getting pretty thick now. I got most of the juice squeezed out. Sitting at almost 2 cups. All right. That's pretty dry there. I think we got about all we're going to get out of it. Now, I've seen some people say you can dehydrate this, make like a crushed red peppers or something, you know, use it for seasoning and stuff. I haven't did that yet. I just usually throw them right away, but it's something you might want to try. It might turn out to be pretty good. So let's get the jars ready. I'll show you how we jar this up here and see how many jars we end up with. All right, so we ended up with just under 2 cups of sauce out of that quart of peppers, so that's pretty good. Next year, I really like to make a little bit more. My peppers kind of turned red late this year, and then I picked them right before the first frost, so just didn't get quite as many as I wanted. So this was 2/3 cowhorn, 1/3 red jalapeno, and I really like the taste of this. Maybe more than just a plain cowhorn. I don't know. We'll see. This cowhorns, they look like a cayenne, but they get about that big. They're about 6 inches long. They look like one, but they're not quite as hot as a cayenne. They're supposed to be about the heat level of a hot jalapeno. So what I've got here is this bottling kit. I got one of these on Amazon. I think sometimes they're called Woozy or whatever, but I got 24 bottles, and it comes with a funnel. This is very important because it's a small hole to pour into. And it comes with the stopper. It's got a little hole so you don't get too much out at once if you got a thin sauce. And your lid's got a seal in it. And it comes with a heat shrink too, so when you're done, you can put that over the top. And I used my wife's hairdryer last year just to try it. It worked good. I probably won't use it because these are just going to go in the fridge, and I'll probably be the only one to use them. I might give one to my brother or something, but I'm only going to have a couple extras. So, and they also come with labels. You see there's still a label on this one from last year. They come with paint pen and labels, and there's some extras in there too. So it's a nice little kit. And 3 of these bottles I used last year, so they're reusable. I just washed them out really good and let them dry good, and then put them away. And so they're sanitized, they're ready to go. So I think that kit was like 20 bucks. Yeah, like 24 bottles. So they're about less than $1 a piece. So we're just gonna fill them up here. I'm not going to go completely full. I'm going to stop about right there and see how many I end up with. One thing I wanted to try, and I didn't get to it this year because I didn't end up with as many peppers I wanted, but I like some garlic hot sauce. I like some garlic in mine. And I wanted to try... either try fermenting some garlic in with the peppers, or I thought about some roasted garlic in the oven and then put that in with the mix when I blend it up. I think that would be really good. I just didn't have quite enough peppers to try it this year, so hopefully next year we'll end up with some more. I think the spot I had my peppers in this year wasn't the most fertile spot in the garden. That might have been part of my problem, because all my peppers, they just look like they could have used a little bit more fertilizer. I usually don't fertilize them much after I first plant them, so... So we're going to have 3 full bottles. That's pretty good. So I got 1 left from that first batch. All right. Let's give it a taste. That's really good. It's warm, but it's got lots of flavor. So, this one's got my label. It's one of my used ones there. So we'll cap these off. Now I've heard you don't have to store these in the fridge. I probably will, just because that's usually where I keep my hot sauce. And that is all there is to it. I'll make some labels up for these. End up with 3 bottles there. Like I said, that kid had these little heat shrinks too. If you want to give them away, make it look real nice, make it look almost professional. So here was the first batch I did. You can see they're just about the same. They look about the same color. Really pretty color. Great flavor. So give it a try. Like I said, there's fermenting peppers and stuff. Anytime you see a hot sauce with aged pepper, that means it's been fermented. So like Frank's Red Hot, a lot of Louisiana sauce, all say aged peppers. It's all fermented peppers. Don't be scared of it. It's not like it's the same thing as sauerkraut. So give it a try. It turned out really good. It was definitely better than the one. I made some with the Santa Fe peppers last year, and I wasn't real happy with them. They had an odd taste, and I want to try them again with this brine. Maybe I didn't have my brine right. Maybe it didn't ferment quite right. Maybe it's too salty or not salty enough. But so like I said, give it a try. This turned out really good. And stay tuned here. I got some peppers behind me in the dehydrator I smoked yesterday. Some jalapenos. I'm gonna make some jalapeno dust, and I got a hot pepper duster video. So check that out too. Got a couple recipes. Just some of my favorite things I do out of the garden, especially with peppers. I wanted to share with you guys. So, all right, thanks for watching.